Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises, honor, and glory to your old Barshim, your Shai, Barshim, Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the elders and apostles of great millstone who will well and teach all the sound doctrine and peace and blessings to your elect. Now, as you can see from the title of the video, it's just kind of an impromptu lesson. And I was just kind of inspired, and I was meditating before work, and it was just as iron, just as iron sharpen iron, right? Being around the wrong company, too much. Obviously, we're all gonna have friends in the world, right? But even your friends in the world, they have to have some kind of, morals. Because if you're around, I just say the samurai, for example, that just wants to pillage, and all different kind of stuff, then. Just give it an example, although that's an extreme example. Then their way of thinking and certain, not necessarily the physical behavior of the pillaging may rub off on you, but there'll be other ways how they think, and you don't want that to rub off on you because you hang around the wrong group of people. You hang around any group of people. As I believe it was the brother Bakar that said it. It wasn't recent. It was quite a while ago. I remember seeing it in a old Man of Valor video that you can start to think like them. You're around people in the world for too long. You can start to think like them, and you're around people. You're around the wrong people. So people that what you would call the wild, that wild out, then you put yourself in a compromisable position because you want to be around the people that them kind of people that that you at least that you see that you could at least benefit from. I don't mean benefit as a physical gain, but for example, how you be in the world, and you think you want to be around the table with people that are doing something, trying to do something constructive, etc. Because I've noticed more time than that, your old time friendships, when they have certain traits about them, they're not gonna last. Because we tell you, none of my friends in the world from like, well, I can't say that. A decent few of them definitely died off. But that's why it's important. Even when you're in the truth, it's important. It's important for you to be able to talk to brothers in the truth. And nobody said you have to ditch your friends in the world. But once you see them acting a certain type of way and living a certain type of lifestyle, it's wise to distance yourself from them. Because for example, even in the world, like, even when I was young, my mom used to tell me, my mom used to make me very aware, don't hang around people that were in gangs, for example, because that's how you get caught up in that kind of stuff. Now, this lesson may, be on the more extreme side, not saying any brother is hang around, but you may have new brothers that may be around, like they may not know, and they may still be around some poor company, and this is your calling. If you're around that kind of company, right, that specific type of company, listen, they could get judged the locust if they don't turn up. If you try to have conversation, if they're taking, you try to have conversation with them, and they're not hearing you, most of them won't hear you. Most of them won't hear you, but the Lord, of course, has his elect that will listen to you. I remember trying to edify some friends I had in the world, and a lot of them don't want to listen, and they don't want to listen. Family members as well, but I couldn't, and I didn't let that deter me, because just like what we're doing, we're hoping that the work and what we're doing right now is a page unto Jehovah Shim Yahshai. That we're praying that the work that we're doing is basically are and how we're living, how we're conducting our daily lives is good, to a point that the Lord could have mercy on our family, on our household, on our family members. That's another thing that should drive you, because to think about to think that some of your followers could get anyone in your household could get judgment. That's a painful feeling, and that's something that would push brothers day in and day out to make sure their code of conduct is up. Of course, if you see a brother kind of drifting a little bit, rebuke the brother, because we all need it. We are susceptible of it. If you see a brother, drifting a bit, help get him back on the track. If you see him fall, give him a helping hand back up. Remember, we're all running a race. I can't run it for you, you can't run it for me, but we can still help each other. I remember when I was young. I remember when I was young, because the Lord taught me this truth when I was young. And as most of you see on the camera, I am young. I slapped on my phone before the phone dropped as I was turning the corner. But it's unwise for me to touch it, because any of them see me at 6 pints that from my license. Alright. So moving on, just like as I was basically referencing that earlier, Proverbs, I believe it's the 27th chapter, just as iron sharpen iron, so a friend sharpen a friend. And that's being around, the right friend. But this term friend is used very loosely these days. The term friend is used very loosely these days. Everyone wants to credit this person as their friend, and they haven't shown you how they're your friend. A friend. The two of you are going to MMA or boxing. You have someone that you're close to doing MMA or boxing. One of you is reached further than the other one. A friend would stop. Well, not literally stop, but a friend would pull you aside and help you get in the extra learning, because he sees you reach a point further than you. So he's gonna help you reach the same point as he does by being your sparring partner, give you pointers, because the coach usually can get busy with I would say other clients. So the coach may not always be able to give that one-to-one, although a lot of times the coach may be able to give that one-to-one. But having a friend at the same point as you, reach further than you, give you that advice, is something that can be detrimental. But I don't want to make this lesson too long. It was just something I was meditating on before I got to work. I'm gonna pass it. Seriously? But it's an impromptu, so as I always give encouragement to brothers, right? You're not studying to make yourself approved for this man next year, for example. You're not studying to make yourself approved for your favorite elder, your favorite elder, or elder apostle, or any one of the other elders, or any person that you listen to. You're not fighting the good fight of faith. You're not fighting the good fight of faith for the man next to you. No. You're fighting the good fight of faith to prove yourself to Yahweh Shemi Oshai. Because as men, we're all just we pray that the Lord strengthen us. every day. We pray, ask Jehovah Hashem Yahushua for mercy. I would ask him for grace. But we're all susceptible of going off, and we're all susceptible of sin. I've seen, not speaking on anyone's specifically, but I've seen men, men that will love kind of just fall off like that. And it makes you think, and that's something that should be fearful, because that's like, I need to make sure I keep my foot on the gas. I need to make sure I stay home. I need to make sure I pray to all about Hashem Yahushua. I need to try. I need to try. Although it's all, it's so like I got that sniffle. It's although salvation is already predestined, we have to be doing what we can do to make that call and have election sure. Come on. Guys. As I say, as I said before, if you feel weak in the spirit, or if you feel like you're lacking anywhere, pray unto Jehovah Hashem Yahushua to strengthen you. Because a lot of times I notice that the Lord, I remember, we have our brother, because a beloved brother, a lot of the time he has dreams, but those dreams can be a big faith booster for brothers. Because imagine, I might call him and say, you can't, you won't believe the type of dream that I had. So I said, yo, bro, go on with the dream. Tell me about the dream. So I'm like, yeah, tell me about the dream. So, you go on and you tell me about it. I'm like, yo, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Stop power. I'm like, that's beautiful, because usually they're very vivid and powerful. I was about to say, because I knew the truck could stop in the road like that. So it's, the next thing is good to share like your dreams and your testimony, because you never know how that could help our next, that it's like you never know how that could boost our next man's spirit. But I didn't really have much, to say, and that it was just pretty much that, that one free said. But one thing for certain, the Lord is making a day short, and you're seeing the prophecies happen right before you. I was driving yesterday, and I was having two family members. He was talking about cashless, and what cashless is leading towards Marcus. So it's not even hard to discover information anymore. The average person knows it now. As what the average person did know it a bit, has been known it in recent times, but it's got more and more prevalent to the way that you just cannot ignore it. Again, I say men in general, just make sure you're disciplined. Don't fall off because of a woman. Because I heard that a few times, so I just might as well add that. But in closing, I want to give our praises and in glory to Yehovah Bashimi Oshem Bashima Kakadash. Until next time, Shalom.